Noise steals clarity. Noise steals direction. And when life gets loud, the first thing you lose is your own voice. Today we're going to quiet the noise, not by escaping the world, but by returning to yourself. This is the final step in clearing mental clutter for week 1. There's a kind of noise that doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from inside. The noise of overthinking, second-guessing, replaying conversations, and carrying invisible pressure, and trying to keep up with expectations you never agreed to. And then there's the external noise, the constant stream of information, opinions, alerts, updates, and urgency that never seems to stop. And when both kinds of noise collide, something subtle happens. You stop hearing yourself, your own voice, the quiet one, the steady one, the one that knows what you need gets drowned out. So today, we're going to create the conditions where your voice can rise again, not by forcing silence and not by shutting the world out, but by shifting your relationship to noise itself. Now let's recognize the noise that isn't yours. Noise isn't just sound. Noise is anything that pulls you away from your own center. Sometimes it's the noise of comparison. Sometimes it's the noise of urgency. Sometimes it's the noise of other people's expectations. And sometimes it's the noise of your own mind trying to solve everything at once. Before you can quiet the noise, though, you have to recognize what kind of noise you're dealing with. Ask yourself gently, what noise have I been carrying that doesn't belong to me? You don't have to answer it out loud. Just naming the question begins to separate you from the noise around you. And this is the first shift. You stop absorbing the noise and start observing it. You return to the sound of your own presence. Your presence has a sound. It's quiet, but it's not silent. It's steady, but it's not rigid. It's soft and not weak. And your presence is the emotional frequency underneath all the noise. The part of you that doesn't rush, doesn't panic, and doesn't perform. And when the world gets loud, presence becomes your anchor. So take a moment right now to feel the difference between noise and presence. Noise is fast. Presence is slow. Noise is sharp. Presence is warm. Noise demands. Presence invites. You don't have to push the noise away. You simply shift your attention toward the quieter signal inside you. It's like tuning a radio. The noise doesn't disappear. You just stop giving it the strongest frequency. And when you do, something opens. Your breath deepens. Your shoulders soften. Your thoughts stop colliding, and your inner voice begins to rise. This is the second shift. You return to yourself. You let your own voice become audible again. Your voice, the real one. It's never loud, and it doesn't shout. It doesn't compete, and it doesn't fight for attention. It waits. It waits for space. It waits for quiet. It waits for you to turn toward it. And when you do, it speaks in simple, grounded honesty. Not dramatic revelations and not grand plans, just the right next thing. Your voice might say, slow down, let that go, begin here, rest, take the next small step. And when you quiet the noise, you don't just hear yourself, you recognize yourself. You remember what matters. You remember what's yours to carry. And you remember what you've been trying to say to yourself, but you couldn't hear over the noise. This is a third shift. Your inner voice becomes audible again. Because noise will always exist. The world will always be loud. And your mind will always have moments of crowding. But clarity doesn't come from eliminating noise. It comes from strengthening your connection to the quiet inside you. Now this week, you've cleared mental clutter. You've created space. And now you've quieted the noise enough to hear yourself again. And this is how you begin spring, not by pushing forward, but by listening inward. You take care and stay connected.